No judgment, please. Another £3 added to that. Hey friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living, and dream chasing. And right now, in this exact moment of my life, I am working on creating my dream life. And let me tell you something, a big part of creating a dream life is finances. Because part of the dream is being able to, afford to live, you know? So that is exactly why I created this new monthly reset series, so we could get together once a month, have a little bit of a delve into my finances and maybe a little bit of an overshare about how much I'm spending, and that way I can budget better, save more, and hopefully help you do the same. But you guys know, before we start delving into all those big numbers, I have to be sufficiently caffeinated. This is the new coffee of the month. I have not tried it yet. This one is from the Beans Coffee Club, again, the coffee subscription service that I was talking about last month. I'm not sponsored by them. I think I should be, but I'm not. This month's coffee is the ALT coffee, Altitude Coffee London. Super. I have absolutely no information about this on here. It says scan the code on the front label to read about the roaster and who roasted these beans. But either I'm just so far behind technology that I no longer understand what a code is, which is possible, or there is actually no code on here. You know what? We're just gonna go in blind and taste it. I don't like that. It tastes fruity to me. Is that like a figgy taste? I'm not a huge fan of it, I have to be honest. I love more of like a nutty coffee or something with like chocolate notes. You know, that is just not hitting the spot for me, but we need the caffeine, so I'm gonna drink it anyway. Next, let's move on to the budget, and we're gonna start by taking a look at exactly what I spent in July. No judgment, please. Oh, I have 50,000 tabs open, both on my laptop and in my brain. Okay, so here's my beautiful, beautiful budgeting spreadsheet, and I can't take any credit for this. I did not make this one. I bought it from Etsy. I'll leave the link in the description box. You guys know I freaking love a spreadsheet, like some kind of Microsoft nerd from the 90s. I'm all about it, but I could not design a spreadsheet this wonderful. I mean, look at all the charts, all the graphs, everything. It's way above my capabilities. So I bought this one on Etsy. 10 out of 10 recommend. Okay, where to start? You know what? Let's start by taking a little look at my expenses for the month, and we can compare and see how well I was able to estimate what I was going to spend. So for groceries, I set the budget of £30 and actually spent £0. So I said this last month, but that's like personal groceries. Like, we get groceries as a family. It's not that I just didn't eat anything for the month. It's just that on top of those family groceries, I didn't go out and buy anything extra. For eating out, I budgeted £70 and I only spent £43.69. I'm impressed, because I feel like all I did last month was eat out. Okay, petrol, I budgeted £50 and I spent £47.14. So yeah, that's there or thereabouts. For drinks, I budgeted £50 and I only spent £31.49, so came in under budget there too. For coffee, I budgeted £5 and spent £9.08, which if you saw my vlog from a couple of weeks ago, you'll know it's because I did 2 Starbucks days in a row. I was just feeling all kinds of, I was gonna say all kinds of bougie, but that's not it. I was just really tired. I just really needed coffee. For gifts, I budgeted £30 and came in at £30. Now, this is not technically true. Go with me on this one because this is where I make my life overly complicated. Okay, so I do cash stuffing. We're going to get into that later on in the video, but I stuff away £30 for gifts every month. And what I was finding was that was throwing my budget off a bit, because even though I'd stuffed away 30, what if I spent 20? Well, I've still got £30 less in my wallet. But essentially what I've started doing is just putting the full cash stuffing amount into my budget, because once I've stuffed that cash into my wallet, it's no longer like free money, you know? In my head it's already kind of spent because it's allocated to something. So I didn't spend the full £30 on gifts this month, but I cash stuffed £30. Does it make any sense to anyone? Anyway, moving on. I allocated £30 to clothing and spent £41.18, which I am kind of devastated about considering how much I spent last month. what the heck did I even buy this month? I budgeted £20 for takeaways and I spent zero. And let me tell you something, I have been saving so much money ever since Domino's introduced a delivery fee, because spending like £20–25 on Domino's, don't care. I love Domino's. I'll do it. I don't care. But once I've got to pay that £2.50 delivery fee, I'm out. I don't want to know. So it's really meant that I've saved a lot of money just by not wanting to pay the delivery fee. That is true of so many things in my life. Like, I'll go on to like do online shopping, fill up my little cart. I've got like £50–60 worth of clothes or whatever. And then they're like, it's £1.99 for delivery. And I'm like, no, I'm out. You've pushed me too far. Is anyone else that way, or am I just straight up crazy? I budgeted £100 for being social in July and I only spent £79.59. I budgeted £40 for health and spent £35, but again, not really, because I just cash stuffed it. I budgeted £10 for books and spent £8.99. Budgeted £10 for toiletries and spent £2.99. My gosh, I am coming in way under budget in everything. Transport, I budgeted £10. Why? Where did I think I was going? I didn't spend anything. Hair care, oh, okay, this is where things start to take a little bit of a turn, because I budgeted £15 and spent £50.39. Because I ran out of everything all at once. Shampoo and 2 different conditioners. It was expensive. Skincare, I budgeted £50 and only spent £33.39. Makeup, I budgeted £10 and spent £26.27, just replacing things. Beauty treatments, budgeted £25, and spent £55. This discrepancy is because of the cash stuffing situation. Still haven't got it completely figured out. This system is improving every month, but it's not quite 100% there yet, so we do have a few weird discrepancies like this every now and then. For trips, I budgeted £0 and I spent £67. Subscriptions, I budgeted £45 and yeah, £42.97. That comes in right around what I needed. I budgeted £5 for charity and spent my usual £2.50. For hobbies, I budgeted £50 and spent £40. That's on Kramaga, because I am a badass. And for my car, I budgeted £70 because I needed a new tyre, and it came in 40 pence under. And then miscellaneous, I budgeted £20 and I spent £34.21. Okay. So let's take a look at my transactions tracker and see if we can figure out, firstly, what clothes did I buy? Oh, a dress from H&M and, oh yeah, I bought new sandals. Okay. Oh, so you can see here, so I can show you this cash stuffing situation. So for instance, I cash stuff £55 every month for beauty treatments. This month I only spent 25 of that on getting my nails done. So I just put the other £30 as a cash stuff. Does that make sense? Probably not. I don't know. Let's move on. Okay, trips was paying off my credit card for Greece. In June I went away to Greece and I took all of that money out of my like short-term savings rather than my monthly budget. But when it came to pay off one final day trip on my credit card, I had enough money left over out of the July budget to just pay it straight out of my account rather than paying it out of my savings. So I did that. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I mean, it came in a little bit under budget and I was able to pay off the £67 from the Greece trip, so I would consider that a win. Also, if I can just explain what is going on here, I brought in £19.40 from my sinking funds. I'm sorry, this is so freaking complicated. I brought in £19.40 from my sinking funds to make up the extra cost for my tyre from my sinking funds, because I put away money each month for my car in case of emergencies. So that's that. Okay, now let's set the budget for August. As per usual, I'm gonna have £750. I don't know what the sinking fund situation is going to be yet, but I am going to have an extra £85 because my mom and I took a bunch of my nana's broken gold jewellery, like mismatched earrings and bracelets that were broken, that kind of thing, and we sold the gold, and we're going to use the money to take a little trip. What the heck do I think I'm going to spend this month? I'm never correct, so what does it matter anyway? Groceries, I'm going to give myself £20. Eating out, I'm going to give myself £50. Petrol is always 50. Drinks, I'm going to try and reduce that down to 30. Coffee is 5. Gifts are 30 because we cash stuff that. Clothing, I would love for that to be 0, but I don't see that happening. So I'm gonna put it in as, I'm gonna put 40 because I need a new denim jacket. Takeaways, I'm gonna give myself 20. Social, I'm gonna give myself 50. She's optimistic. Health is, let's say 40. Books, I'm going to give myself another 10, even though I don't need any more, but I probably still will buy some. Toiletries, I'm going to give myself 10. Transport, 0. Where am I going? Hair care, we shouldn't need to buy any new hair care products this month. I'm going to put 5, just in case. Skincare, I'm going to have to put 30. Makeup, will I need to buy any this month? I'm gonna hope not, but that's wildly optimistic. Beauty treatments is a cash stuff for 55. Trips, I'm taking a trip this month. I'm not gonna be paying for the hotel this month. I just think it's gonna be easier for my budget to break it up and take the spending money out of this month and put the hotel on my credit card, because that way I'm not going to have to take it out of my short-term savings. I'm going to say spending money, £80. Like, breakfast and dinner is included in the hotel price. So really it's just cocktails and touristy things, like tourist attractions. So maybe we put that at £100. Subscriptions, we're going to stick with 45. Charity as 5. Hobbies as 50. Car as 50 because that's cash stuff. And miscellaneous, we'll put it in as 30. Why the heck not? So that gives me £25 to play with if I stick to all of those, which I never do anyway. Next is my favorite part of the monthly reset, which is cash stuffing. So here is my cash stuffing binder, aka my weird little pride and joy. If you are kind of low-key obsessed with organization, budgeting, and cute stationery, you're sleeping on these if you don't already have one, okay? Brings so much weird ass joy into my life. Also, it has really helped me to stick to my budget over the last few months and save money, which is the whole point, right? So let's take a look at where we are at. The first wallet I have in here, it says health, but it's actually for my contact lenses. I put aside £35 every month because it's cheaper when I buy my contact lenses quarterly in bulk. However, to make this whole experience far more complicated than it needs to be, I only have 20s to stuff with this month. There's going to be some interesting maths going on and a lot of just hoping and praying that I can make the correct change. I already know I don't have a 5 in this one to make change, so let's just put aside this with the 40 and circle back to it. She's never prepared. Okay, next we have the beauty envelope. I put aside £55 in this every month, and this month I have £37 left over, which is perfect because now I can make change. If I put 60 in here, go with me, there's logic here. Put 60 in this one, take 5 out, then I can circle back to the contact lens one and I can do, wait, why is this so complicated? Next we have petrol. I put £50 into this every month and we have that £2 and some change left over from last month, which I'm not going to leave in there. I usually let my cash stuffing envelopes accumulate, but for the sake of a few, you know, coins, I'm not going to do that. And then we can put £50 in there. Then I put £50 a month into my car envelope. I see all of this being eaten up within the next few weeks because my car has decided that it no longer works. I'm having issues with change again. Okay, the next envelope is gifts, and this is the first time I've ever had money left over in this envelope. I have £10 left over, which is perfect because I can put £40 in here, take out the 10, and then use the 10 to put £50 into the car envelope. Is this the biggest hot mess of a cash stuff you've ever seen or what? And then my final envelope is for my phone, but that's £15 and I only have a 20. I see no way around this. I'm just gonna have to wait until I have a little bit of change and then I can put the money in here. Okay, so that is all, almost, of the envelopes stuffed for the month. Let's put those all back in there. And let's take a look at what we've got left over from last month. I have a 10. How exciting. It's always so exciting when you have a note left over at the end of the month and not just like 5 pences. And then for coins, I have quite a lot. So if you're new here, firstly, welcome to the chaos. I swear it's not always this erratic, but sometimes it is. Anyway, if you're new, I have 2 different kind of savings challenges going on. One is where I take whatever is left over at the end of the month and put it into my little Christmas tin, so I have some additional money once we get to December and things start to get wildly expensive. But I also recently introduced a £1 savings challenge where I put aside £1 coins that I have left over at the end of the month to save, to just get myself something nice. I made myself a little tracker to go with it. I'm very proud of it, okay? So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 £1 coins left over this month. I'm not gonna put them all into the £1 savings challenge because I'm getting a little bit concerned that I might not actually have that much money in the Christmas tin. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put aside £3 for the £1 savings challenge, and that will take me up to £10 for that. And the rest, as well as that change for my petrol, we're gonna stick in the Christmas tin. I'm gonna color in my little £1 savings challenge, mark off another £3 added to that. Okay, so cash is stuffed, savings are saved. We are all up to date with the finances. Next, it's time to talk about monthly goals. So I actually talked about this in last month's monthly reset video, but I don't love the idea of setting monthly goals. I don't know about you, but my months go by so freaking quickly that I can't believe it's August. Feels like March. I just don't feel like a month is long enough to achieve any kind of substantial goal. That's why I use my This Time Next Year challenge to kind of decide what I want to achieve within the next 365 days. Then I break that down into quarterly goals and then use the quarterly goals to set myself easy wins. These are really small things that are much more manageable and easy to achieve in the course of, just a few weeks. Although that said, I did not achieve all of them in July. So let's talk about it, okay? One was to reach out to 5 brands to sponsor me, and I did not do that one. One was to publish 3 blog posts, and I did not do that one. One was to launch my ebook, which I did do, and one was to choose influencers to promote my book, which I did do. Then for my personal easy wins, I wrote fix mug. As you can see, the mug is not fixed. I wanted to make myself a monthly chore schedule, and I did do that one. And I wanted to finish War and Peace, which I did not do. I've got about another 17 or 18 hours left on that, so yeah, I wasn't even close. But that's fine. It's a new month. We're moving on up, baby. And it is time to set some easy wins for August. So here's what we've got. For my business small wins, I have number 1, rewrite 1 welcome sequence on my emails. What's that called? Email list. When people sign up for one of my freebies, they get like a welcome sequence to kind of explain what the heck my email list is. And I wrote a lot of that quite a while ago, and I just want to make sure that it's all up to date and the best that it can be. Number 2 is reach out to 3 brands to potentially sponsor me. And I kind of brought that forward from last month, but made it even easier. I am a huge advocate for making things as easy as possible in your life and not setting impossibly difficult standards. And I know what you're thinking, emailing 5 brands is not impossibly difficult, but a lot of the time when we fail at something, we don't cross it off our to-do list, we don't achieve that goal, it can make us really doubt ourselves. It makes us feel crappy. Oh, I didn't do that. I suck. I'm so much of a procrastinator. Oh, why can't I just like get my life together? All of these negative thoughts breed self-doubt. And so I find it is a lot more effective to then take that small goal and make it even smaller and even easier. That way you're more likely to achieve it, and it helps build up momentum, where instead of feeling like I'm such a failure, I never do anything, you start to see these small wins and those start to rack up, and it helps to build your confidence. This works, trust me. Signed, a chronic procrastinator. And then similarly, I've got number 3 is to publish 2 blog posts. Again, taking something that I wasn't successful at last month, bringing it forward and making it more achievable. Then in my personal life, I have finished War and Peace. I just have to finish it. Fix the mug. And number 3 is to book my blood test. I need to have some blood tests done. My health is kind of all over the place recently, and I keep putting off on booking this blood test in. It's gonna take me 30 seconds, but for some reason I'm just not getting around to doing it. Can you relate to that? Just small, simple tasks that you know would be really easy to do and you just don't do them. This is where I find the easy wins kind of come in handy, because you feel like you've achieved something, you've crossed something off your list for the month, but it wasn't a mammoth task. It was a really easy thing to do. Trust me, it works. Try it. By the way, if you're not done hanging out with me yet, no worries. You can go and watch this video next, because I really think that you'll like it. But don't forget that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.
There was once a day that I would pray for you.